Hey guys.
Welcome back to IDIOTSYNCRATIC, episode
7?
7. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're on 7. Episode 7, baby. We're on 2 hands now, as of last week. Two fingers on one hand, 5 fingers on the other, just in case you didn't know how that works.
Or 4 and 3.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to get complicated here.
Or 3 and 4.
I don't think they're going to understand that.
Shit. Sorry guys, I didn't want to get too complicated in here.
Yeah. Remember, this is IDIOTSYNCRATIC.
Yeah.
Only idiots listen to us.
Our viewerships are idiots. I was going to say our viewerships are listeners.
That's better.
That's probably also true though.
Let's go with that. Yeah. So, I'm your host for today's episode, Mr. Jago, Justyn Gomez, Lil Homez, Lil Bitch Fingers, Lil Daddy Fingers.
Did you just say Dago?
No, I said Jago.
This is the wrong show.
No. We don't drop Dagos in this one. We only drop them on the film roll.
Because that's offensive. Shout out to the film roll.
If I'm gonna tank any show, it's not gonna be my show.
Thanks.
Suck it, Aaron. All right. And I'm joined by my man bang himself, Alex Pseudo.
Aren't I cute?
Who we just found out his middle name is Fredo.
What?
Alfredo, right?
Yeah, Alfredo.
Yeah.
But what do you mean you just found that out?
Yeah, last episode. I was listening to it after I put it up.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you said your middle name was Alfredo. And I was like, what? And then you go, you always say that. Because I always tell you.
Yeah.
You remember now?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I forgot after we recorded it, but I remembered when I listened to it.
I still don't remember that. Well, I remember saying that you always say that.
Yeah.
You always have the same reaction.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Dude, you know what? I just remembered whenever we were going to start this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think I might want a pseudonym because I don't want people to be up in my business.
Yep.
And I was like, call me Fredo, bro, because they won't know who I am. I'll be Fredo.
And the whole time you were telling me that, I was like, Fredo. I was like,
where did you get that from?
Yeah, what's Fredo? I guess it's just a nickname or... I mean, that's cool. It's cool with me, but...
He's never used it before.
It's not like he's ever told me before.
Here's the pseudonyms I considered. Lex.
Yeah.
Xander. Fredo. I think that's it. Fred Soto.
Fred. Yeah, but you're not a white guy.
That's true. That's true. My dad goes by Al.
He does?
Yeah. It's like the whitest name ever. Al.
Hey, Al. Yeah?
Yep.
Yes?
His name's Alfredo.
Oh, okay, so that's where you got it from.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, actually, his middle name's Alfredo, but he goes by his middle name.
What's his first name?
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
You know where I got my name from?
Wait.
Justyn Ryan Gomez.
No.
Okay, so mom's favorite movie of all time is 16 Candles. And
Oh, dude, I haven't seen that movie since I'm like 9.
Yep, and the
5.
the cool guy in that movie's name is Jake Ryan. She was going to name me Jake Ryan Gomez.
I remember.
But my dad was like, you're not going to name my son after another man.
Oh, dude. My mom wanted to name me Alex Scott Soto, but my dad was like, no, because his initials will be ass.
Oh. Oh, man, I wish she did that. That would be so cool.
I would actually own up to it.
Yeah.
That's like, my last name's Soto. Everybody, all the Mexican people are like, oh, Soto Hodo.
Yeah.
Because Hodo means
That's real high-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it means gay person in Spanish.
In the Spanish.
Yeah, but I own that shit, man. When I was in the 8th grade, I ran for student council president, and we had to make a speech over the announcements one day. And my closing line was, "Don't be a joto, vote for Soto."
Oh my god! Did you get kicked off?
No, I didn't. I didn't get in trouble or anything.
Hell, are you serious?
Yeah, and everybody's like, "I'm gonna vote for you, man."
That's
like,
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, because I knew we have a Spanish teacher, and I was like, I guess they don't listen to the announcements, you know?
Well, I mean, who did? You know, the thing about it is who actually listened to the announcements. But that's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, so like
that would have perked me up. I would have been like, that guy. I'm voting for that guy.
I almost won too, but like nobody knew me there because it was like, it was one of those things where they built a new school, so it was like half of people from one school and half people from another school. So, but it was like mostly the school that I didn't go to.
Yeah.
So I had to like not with friends because like I still had friends that came with me, but a lot of people didn't know me basically.
Yeah.
They did after that. They'd be like, "Hey, you're the Hodo guy."
It's like, that's me. Don't call me that, but that's me.
I still didn't win, but
well,
I think I got second.
Well, runner-ups are runner-ups, I guess.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like, do you want to be the treasurer? And I was like, no. Like, this sounds like work.
Would you like to be the comptroller?
No.
No. I want to be president.
I want to be the cop.
Dude.
And shoot bad guys and good guys.
That's what cops do.
I'm just kidding.
No, watch Detroit. That's what cops do. That's 100%.
I support our law enforcement, and also a lot of them are shit.
Yeah.
So I don't take a side on this thing.
Like, do you need to? Here's my big problem with law enforcement. Do you need to sit there at the corner of this street that nobody really drives on? It's basically a highway, but the speed limit for no reason at all is 40, and it's a highway. If you have to sit there on the corner just radaring people and giving me tickets and getting me in trouble, don't you have something better to do?
Yeah.
Just lay off me.
Fight crime.
Let me go 75 on this 40. Lay off of me. I got somewhere I got to go. I don't want to drive slow. I'm busy. I don't have time to sit here and
I don't have time to be safe.
Yeah, I don't have time to sit here and have you stand next to me smelling like bacon, writing me tickets because I'm going 35 over. Come, dude,
oppressing me with your words.
Don't oppress me with your tickets and your words and your aviator sunglasses.
Don't tell me to turn off my radio.
Yeah,
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, you can talk over DNA. You can talk over Kendrick. Go ahead. Don't worry. I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. And no, I am gonna keep my hands in my pockets. What a dick.
I am going to make sudden movements.
Yeah, I am going to jerk around as quickly as I can.
I am going to reach for stuff in my glove compartment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because that's where I keep my insurance and guns.
All right, officer, I'm going to warn you. I've got a lot of guns on me. I didn't pay for any of them. None of them are registered.
Yeah.
But I just got to warn you. So step back from my car and stop writing me that ticket.
Yeah, but I only have one grenade, though.
Yeah. I'll have more, though.
Yeah.
For more of those pigs.
And I catch a grenade for you.
That's a good song, man. That's a good album. Wait, what were we talking about?
Interest or something?
I think so. Yeah. Do we do the recap? No, we don't do the recap.
We don't recap for you guys.
Yeah, I always forget.
Recap for our audio only listeners.
Yeah, the audio version is the version to listen to. This version is the version to watch.
The Virgen.
Yeah. On this episode.
Oh, am I going first?
Yeah, but on this episode, what we're going to get into eat, sleep, drink, and play.
Which I think I figured it out.
You think
while
so?
I was peeing, yeah.
What is it?
I didn't know it earlier, but is it about touring?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it.
Sweet. I'm excited for this.
And if you think about it, that's really all that we did on tour.
Yeah, the touring test.
That's pretty good. The touring test is how much can you eat, sleep, drink, and play. That's the test.
If you're AI, then you can eat, sleep, and drink and all those things. Mm-hmm. And then that means that you're a human.
That means you're a musician.
Yeah.
To a touring musician.
To an AI, though.
And your interest, your little teaser is the great outdoors.
Yeah, and so they're kind of going to intersect a lot. So, hey.
You're right.
You know what? Nah, it'd be confusing. I was going to say, we should just, for the first time in history, like combine our two interests.
Let's do it.
Make it a giant interest.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Why not? Let's do it. The similar, okay, so.
You heard it first.
This is the first time this has ever happened in 7 episodes of a brand new podcast called IDIOTSYNCRATIC. We're going to combine our interests. Because we found the thread that binds. The thread that binds is us.
Damn, what do we call this shit? It's like a mega interest. It's a unitrist.
Infiniterest.
Oh.
Hey.
That's so epic.
Epic interest. So.
Epic intense. Like intense. Which is where you go camping.
That's good.
That's
good. All right. We'll just start riffing off of what we're talking about. But we already figured it out.
Okay.
Tour, camping.
Touring, camping.
Touring and camping. So let's just go ahead and hop right into that. All right. So I know I said I'd go first. So let me just start it off. And at any point you want to interject, you jump right in, my man.
For sure.
You know how this goes.
For sure.
You're the co-host with the mo-host.
Oh, wait. Here. A little quick thing. Mm-hmm. I was going to start off my interest by just going over like some of the types of camping. Mm-hmm. So basically, you're going to have your tent camping, right? And then you have your cabin camping, which, there might be restrooms there for you. There might be electricity possibly. And then there's also RV camping. Bam.
Exactly. Man, that's awesome.
Bam.
Exactly where touring comes in. So Pseudo Future has been on five 5 tours, I think. 5 tours.
Dang.
And Alex has been out with us on 2 of them. So the very first tour, and I know he tossed me the ball real super awesome with the RV thing. But I'm gonna start off with the very first tour we went on was actually in my car,
which is a Jeep Patriot.
Yeah, which is not a big car at all.
At all.
So we we just hooked the trailer to the back of it and drove 8,000 miles. 8,000
with 4 dudes.
Yeah,
Aaron
was with us for I'd say a week maybe. He came out with us. We were playing in Nashville, and that's when he met us there. And then he left when we were in Orlando. So we started off the tour.
Damn, he's a traveling ass motherfucker.
He is a champ when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, he's a road dog. So yeah, we started that tour off. It was an East Coast tour. We started it in Memphis, Tennessee, and we went all the way up to Rhode Island. We were supposed to go to New Hampshire, which is the highest state, which technically is actually higher than Canada because the Canadian border is here.
What about Maine?
No, we didn't go to Maine. I don't think there's a lot in Maine. So yeah, we were supposed to go to New Hampshire, but I can't read. We were supposed to go to New Hampshire, but our booking agent was the worst person probably to walk the face of the earth. He was a dick. He was a horrible, horrible person who did not know how to plan tours and also didn't know how to answer his phone.
I feel like the only constant of your tours is that the dates never really go as planned.
Like they're supposed to.
Yeah.
New Hampshire was going to be the last stop of that tour. So we were in Rhode Island, and thank God, we were on tour with this band called The Brilliant Lie, which they're fantastic. Thank God Tara in that band is basically like a manager. So she was hounding our booking agent, hounding the guy. So we were in Rhode Island. We had all rented a hotel room together. So we were just, she reached out to the venue for New Hampshire, which New Hampshire is north of Rhode Island. Again, it's supposed to be like the tip top of the U.S. And that was going to be the last date. So she called the venue in New Hampshire just to confirm that everything was good, because we'd already had like 3 or 4 dates before that were canceled because our booking agent never told us. Just decided not to tell us.
Wait, so the venue canceled and the booking agent just
didn't
mix. Relay it to you?
It was a mix. It would be the venue canceled and he didn't tell us, or he just forgot to book it, or just didn't book it.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the worst. And she called the New Hampshire venue, and they said, no, we don't have any record of you guys playing here. Thank God she did that, because we would have gone, I think, like 400 or 500 miles north to play a show that was never booked.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hey, and from my experience touring, I'm just kidding, but like some of these spots, these venues are in random fucking places.
I know.
And so like you'll just pull into the parking lot and you just look for somebody to be like, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't see anybody. Like, is there people?
I bet you're talking about the church, right? Is that the one that you're talking about?
Yeah, that's one thing. That was one of the times.
Because we drove down. Oh my God! It was shit. What are they
a country road?
Amish territory.
Yeah,
there was the Amish there. Remember?
We saw a horse and buggy.
Yeah,
yeah,
big old beards.
And
we had to drive through all that, through cornfields and mazes. And
I was like, hey, can you give me some butter?
And you're like, oh, here you go. I guess that's what Amish sound like. I've never.
Yeah, that was exactly what he sounded like.
And for that one, we pulled into that church. And we were like, is this the right place? Because it was like the only building around for like a mile or two.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
And thank God there were us's there. People like us.
Yeah.
That's how we knew.
Yep. Anytime you see like kind of like tight pants, I guess.
Band shirts,
yeah. You're like,
it's the right place.
You're like, oh, there's a show here later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank God those guys came out. It was a shit show, but...
Oh, yeah. No, but my point was, like, you guys would have just pulled up and been like, and then it'd be like, hey, we're supposed to play here tonight. And they're just like, no, you're not.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Pseudo Future?
Sorry, we don't host bands here.
I've never heard of you. Yeah.
Yeah. We even had a few... venue promoters who would just straight up tell us like, yeah, your booking agent's an idiot.
Damn.
Yeah, he's an idiot. We told him 2 weeks ago that this wasn't happening.
Wow.
Yep.
Was that the last time you ever used them?
He had booked that one for us, and while we were on that one, when the dates were going decent, like we expected him to, he had already booked the second tour for us.
Oh, okay.
So, and he booked that. We were supporting Victorian Halls, who's a much bigger band than us, and that was already a done deal. So
you're like, cool, you got us with these guys.
Well, I mean, the moment that we started losing those dates on the first one, we were like, we're never using him again after this next tour because it's already booked. We're already set for it.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's just hope that doesn't happen again.
Word.
What do you know? It happens again on the second tour.
Again.
Yeah. But the second tour is when we started using the RV.
Oh, cool.
Yep. That was the West Coast tour.
RVs are awesome.
God, they're the best. So, okay.
It's a recreational vehicle.
What other experience with RV camping have you had besides the tour?
That's it, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever been in or around an RV.
Yeah. It's a freaking house on wheels.
It made me want to buy one, though.
It's cool, man.
I mean, you don't have to pay for a hotel.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You can literally just park it at any Walmart, which is what we did. We parked in Walmarts, and we had a little baby grill that we grilled in the parking lot. And that was our dinner every day.
Yep.
So, it's expensive up front, but you can save a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You save a lot of money.
Yeah. And I think, no, never mind. The most expensive RV is going to run you like close to one of the most expensive houses you can get.
Like
they run into
grand.
like $200-300 grand.
Whoa.
Yeah. And that's like the most expensive RV.
But you can live in it.
But you can live in it and you can travel. And they are just about the closest replacement you can get to homes besides like a mobile home.
Yeah.
And I know technically an RV is a mobile home, but you can drive it. You can drive it around. And the one we have it's like an 02 or something. It's pretty old, but nothing beats.
It's still nice though.
Yeah, nothing beats having a home that you can go to in different states that you don't know. Yeah, especially when things are going wrong.
There's a restroom on board, although we don't recommend.
No number twos.
Yeah, dropping your deuces in there.
Yeah,
because you got to live with the smell until you get rid of it.
It permeates the AC system.
It permeates your body.
Yeah,
life.
Yeah, it stays inside you.
It burns.
Nothing beats having a home to come to in a state that you don't know.
Yeah, all the other bands were so jealous.
Yeah, man.
Like we'd invite them on sometimes to drink with us, and they'd be like, "Man, we're sleeping in a van."
The first time we did it was again for that second tour, which was the West Coast, which was I love the West Coast, man. It's so much cooler out there. People are so much nicer.
Still never been.
And then you have California, which is awesome. And we played a show in San Diego and had the day off the next day. So we just hung out at the beach.
Dude, I'm so jealous. You know how much I love the beach?
Yeah.
Like anytime there's a body of water, I have to swim in it.
Yep.
And that's actually another story from tour.
That's the next tour. So
okay, I'll wait for that.
So that was cool, man. We got to hang out and on the coolest side of the US in my opinion. But then we had a home to go to every single night. And even though the shows weren't great by any means, it was still fun. And it was still much easier than driving around in a freaking Jeep all day. That was the worst thing in the world. But the third tour is the one you came out with us on, with Crunk. Who's
Crunkosaurus Rex, who's now
Home Sweet Home.
Home Sweet Home.
And
go check them out. They're really, really cool guys.
That was the first time that we had more than 3 people on the RV. And it was not a big difference.
No, it
was cool.
Yeah, I slept in random spots.
You slept on the dash?
Yeah, a couple nights I slept on the dash because I got really hot, and it was like that was the coldest place. But I brought my sleeping bag.
But you were hot in like New York.
I'm always hot.
Where it was freezing.
I'm really warm-blooded, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But that was the coldest I'd ever been.
Really?
In New York, yeah. Because I felt like one because man, I had like this is when we were getting ready to grill out, and of course we were in a Walmart parking lot. Shout out to Walmart for letting us stay.
Yeah,
in all your parking lots.
Even though it's really scary at times.
Oh man, it's terrifying. That's why we always park where there's light now.
And we use the buddy system.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, story about the second tour. We almost got robbed and died. We almost got died.
I'm glad you didn't.
This is what I was telling you about Utah. So we got stranded in Utah because the alternator went out while I was driving it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, Good Samaritan helped us out, got us a new battery.
You short.
Yeah, it was terrible. Got us a new battery, and we drove to, it's like 5 miles away to the only place in like a 50-mile radius that worked on RVs, but it was Labor Day, so it was closed. So we parked on their lot, which for some reason had no light at all. The closest thing to us was a convenience store, and this was in Moab, Utah, which is like middle of nowhere.
Which everybody knows that convenience stores attract most upright people in the middle of the night.
Yep. If you grocery shop there, you're shitty. And
it's like, let's see, what do I need for dinner tonight? I need a Dr. Pepper and some Takis.
And a pack of hot dogs and...
yeah. Oh, dude. Sometimes
it's
they have like shredded cheese.
Yeah, it's
like,
weird. Yeah.
Why?
It's weird. Yeah, they're not the nicest places. But and even Moab wasn't a really nice place, but the scenery was gorgeous. Just mountains in the background. Yeah, that was a cool place.
I love montañas.
So we got stranded there. We went to their their convenience store, and picked up a case, a 12-pack. It was 3 of 4 different local brewery beers in that 12-pack.
Pack, if you will.
A variety pack. That's exactly what it was. And it was $18. And the moment that we started drinking it, it was the worst beer I have ever had in my life. It's so watered down. It tasted like a brown crayon in what's it called? Mineral water. That's what it tasted like. A brown crayon.
I love mineral
soaking
water.
in mineral water.
Yeah.
That's Moab's beer.
They just poured mineral water over one hop.
Yeah. Yeah, one hop and 2-point-something% alcohol. It was the worst beer ever, and we spent $20 on that shit.
I think you get drunker by swishing with mouthwash.
You couldn't get drunk on that entire case if you wanted to. And so again,
Is that a challenge?
I don't want to put that beer in my mouth ever again. I would rather put it on my wounds than my mouth.
Oh.
But there's not enough alcohol in there to actually make a difference. Yeah,
it might make it worse.
It's a can of yeast. That's what that beer is.
The bacteria will laugh at it.
Actually, I'll get more infected because it's just yeast. It's yeast and water. So yeah, we're parked in that lot with no lights. Mm-hmm. And we had to take the battery out because what the alternator does is it recharges the battery.
Yeah.
So since the alternator is bad, we had to take the brand new battery out so the RV wouldn't drain it and kill that battery. So we've got the battery inside with us, and we're essentially stranded there because there's no power to the RV because, again, we've taken everything out.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like 2 or 3 in the morning, and it's freezing there too in Utah. In Moab, it's like 20, 30 degrees, something like that. It was horrible, and we didn't have a heater on board. We didn't have any means of keeping ourselves warm because we had no power. So it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, and Jeff wakes me up. He's just in his 20s, and he's like, hey, he goes, are you moving the RV? And I said, what? And he goes, are you moving the RV? I said, no. And I jumped out of bed, just in my 20s too. Yeah. And we're just 2 naked guys walking around.
I'm just hoping that the little button on your flap was buttoned.
Good thing I don't wear those. They're just cloth, just sealed right over. Yeah, gotcha. I'm like a Ken doll. And so
you run up to the door, and then all you hear is like.
Well, we stayed away from the door because we thought that's where it was coming from. So we're looking out all the other windows, like just barely peeking out.
Yeah.
And this was like the scariest thing. But the convenience store, which was like, I don't know, a quarter of a mile from us, had a light and a flag in front of the light. And when it would move, it looked like it would cast a shadow over the windshield. So it looked like somebody walked past it. And I was like, as soon as it happened, I was like, Jeff, there's somebody outside right there. And I'm looking around for some sort of weapon, and the only thing we have is a broom. So
a broom?
I take the actual bristles off.
So you're Jackie Chan or something?
Yeah, I have the stick now. So I have the broomstick with me just in case. And so then we hear it again. We hear it sounds like somebody's like pulling on the locks, on like the cargo bays.
Oh,
and you can feel it shaking too. So we're like ready. Mm-hmm. So I peek out the front. I don't see anybody. So I wake Patrick up, and I'm like, Patrick, are you moving the RV? And he won't wake up. I'm like, Patrick, wake up.
That doesn't surprise me. He never wakes up.
I know. And I finally got him awake. I was like, are you moving the RV? And he goes, no, and falls back asleep. We almost died, and this guy is so concerned with sleeping.
I could picture that in Patrick face and voice.
God.
And everything.
Yeah. Nice job.
This thing right here.
No, and he just falls right back asleep. So then it's I basically stayed up the entire night, just scared to death of dying.
Clutching your broomstick.
Clutching my broomstick just in case they came in. It was horrible,
and
dude.
And also your broomstick.
Yeah, I had to stay warm somehow. So yeah, that was the craziness of that second tour. But on the third, yeah.
So did y'all ever figure out like if it was a person or
no? I'm sure it was some sort of like mountain trash, you know. Just some guy. I mean, they see an RV, they see cargo bays.
Yeah.
And it could have been just some kids or whatever, just trying to see what's inside.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, but you were with us on that third tour. Mm-hmm. And what reminded me of that was how cold it was. Because we didn't have any hot water on board. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, cold showers.
Oh, it was terrible. Especially in Utah.
I love cold shower.
It's like 20 degrees outside, and the water is like 20 degrees less than that.
Yeah, and I freaking went swimming.
Yeah. So, that's what it reminded me of. So, on the third tour, we were on the East Coast again.
Justyn told me to bring a gun because of
what happened on the second tour.
I'm not going to lie. The whole time I was ready.
Yeah. Vermont. We were in oh my God, what city is it?
That sketchy ass city?
Yes. Where we stayed, we went ghost hunting. Remember that?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Dude, I forgot all about that.
Yep.
Okay, there was a forest, and it was like a local legend or whatever about all the historical stuff that had happened there. So like teenagers would go visit this tower, which was like this old like Blair Witch Project, like freaking. It was creepy. Like you could feel it kind of like in the air, like if the air
like
felt
cobblestone
old.
Tower.
Yeah. And then there was like this horror story that went along with it, where it was like, there was an old asylum, like an insane asylum,
which we also saw.
Yeah, we saw that. Woods, We saw that too. And now they repurposed it. That's perfect. Dude, I'm freaking scared.
Oh no!
Yeah. But so back when it was an insane asylum, one of their theories was that they were crazy because they didn't have anything to do. Like you can't, if you have a real job and you're working hard, like you don't have time to be crazy because you're like tired.
Yeah.
So they forced these people to start building this tower, and then apparently once it got like pretty tall, people just started jumping off of it to kill themselves.
Yeah.
And
it was a mass suicide pact.
Yeah.
And the gravestones were surrounding it. Remember that?
Yeah. And you could see like old timey graves that were like the lettering on them.
Oh yeah,
was like eroded away.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even really make it out because it was so old. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and the double doors to the tower were like that thick cast iron, with
like wrought iron and stuff.
With like those original padlocks on them,
Yeah, old padlock. It looked like freaking Man in the Iron Mask type, like
yeah, in the form of a tower basically. And then the windows, they all had like rebar on them, I guess to keep people from trying to climb, which I tried to climb it, but I wasn't able to because it was raining.
And I was thinking, because like sometimes I dabble in rock climbing, I was like, if I had my rock climbing shoes, I could totally climb.
We might have been able to get inside of it. I wanted to see what's inside.
Oh, dude.
I want to see what's inside.
I still wouldn't do it though, probably, man.
That would have been scary.
Because I was freaking freaked out.
Oh, yeah. It was a heavy place, too. Like, you get there, and I'm not one to believe in stuff like that, but when we're looking at it, you just feel heavy,
Yeah, no, for me, like, I feel like in the air, it has like an old sort of like stuff has happened here.
Yeah.
Like,
history.
And I hear people, I've never been to New Orleans. Well, I have, but I was like really little. But since I've been an adult, I haven't. But I've heard people describe it as like a very, like, not like there's spirits walking around, but like you could just feel like, it just feels like stuff happened there. It just feels very old and historical kind of thing.
Significant.
Yeah. Which is creepy.
That's how that was. And then we saw the asylum that they had, which it wasn't too far away, but it was weird because it was like this smaller building with no doors on it. Remember?
Yeah.
And it was a really small building. I think it was like an underground bunker type thing.
Yeah. To me, it looked almost like the compound where a cult would be.
Yes. Yeah, it had windows that were boarded up, and the windows were just above the ground, I guess, to let light in. But I'm talking, man, like from the ground to where the roof started, it was about this tall from the ground. It was tiny. It was just enough room for the windows. And then it was like a quarter mile away was the actual asylum itself.
Mm-hmm.
It had the doors on it and everything. Remember that? And it looked like the Blair Witch Project's house.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
It was weird.
Yeah. But that was cool, though, getting to sightsee and ghost hunt or whatever. And we also went to Madame Sherry's forest or something like that. You remember that?
It was like a castle, but it was it was like partially destroyed
because it was burnt down, wasn't it?
I forgot all the like lore on it.
Yeah, I'll put all the photos up here too. I still have the photos.
Yeah, you can Google them. Like it's all
that's true.
All the history on it and everything.
And when you first get there too, they have the the map with the history of it. Do you still have the photos? Because I still have the one of you. Like,
I have one with my shirt off.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing. I'm fat.
But yeah, that place was super cool because it had a winding staircase that led to nowhere basically. But the whole thing was stone.
It was like up to a tower that wasn't there anymore.
Yes, and the fireplace was still there. Remember that?
Yeah. And then the creepiest part was like there's still what was once a room, but it was like kind of like imploded a little bit. Like you couldn't even really get in there.
Underneath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like even buried a little bit.
Yeah.
But you could still tell it was like a room.
Yeah, and
then there was a skeleton. No, there wasn't.
What? Oh, I was like, what? Did I miss that?
No, dude.
But yeah, man, those were like the coolest times on tour.
Yeah, man, I have a lot of fond memories from that.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring it up was because it's grueling. We would eat whenever we could, just to stay sane and keep our energy up. But there were so many times on tour where we
drink a lot.
Yeah, there were so many times that we would forget to eat, just because we're boredom or whatever. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'll put them up here
so
you all can see them. But yeah, there were so many times where we would just forget to eat. We would just try and nap too to get rid of the boredom. We'd play stupid games. Dude,
I spent so much time sleeping like in between going places.
Yeah, trying to keep ourselves sane.
And I was just along for the ride to hang out with my bros, so I was kind of the trying to like antagonize the partying. So yeah. I was like constantly drinking.
Yeah. We
constantly.
We drank a shit ton. On the second tour we drank just a little bit. On the first tour, like we would, like if we would play at bars, we'd get a drink. Second tour, we'd buy a case every now and then. Third tour, we were buying cases almost every day.
Yeah.
It was nonstop.
I started buying what I deemed hobo beer. So I'd get like Steel Reserve.
Oh
like,
yeah,
stuff like that. I was like, it's the most bang for your buck, bro.
That's true. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah, and it tasted like garbage.
But it did the trick though.
Oh, and I had like this camping canteen thing
that
was like, I think it was like 40 ounces or something, and I would fill it with beer and take it everywhere to places you're definitely not supposed to take beer.
Yeah.
But it just looked like it had soup in it,
dude.
Tomato soup or something.
I think I had bought like maybe 15 cases of Corona that tour.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, like real quick, back over to my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm a super huge gearhead. So like everything I get into, I had to like buy all the little toys for it and stuff. And with camping, man, the sky's the limit. Like with all the gear. Like I know on the EDC episode, we kind of talked about how,
the backpack.
Yeah, when we went camping, when we went on tour, I brought my camping backpack that I take with me, and it's a giant pack that you can fit everything in, your tent, your sleeping bag, all your gear.
And he fit all that in there.
Yeah, I did for fun, but I didn't need it because with RV camping, obviously you have a roof over your head and all those kind of stuff. But just for fun, I slept in my sleeping bag and, I had all that stuff. I think, did I make coffee?
Yeah, you did. And you let me use your little tin coffee cup too.
Oh yeah, it's titanium.
Yeah, okay, and it was like the handle could form into a coffee cup, like a mug handle.
Yeah. So like, there's all this stuff
you kept me alive on
boil.
that tour with all your stuff. You let me use your bowl that you had, like a titanium bowl too for my ramen.
Yep, I did.
You kept me alive on that tour.
I really did. I saved your life.
You did. Thank God for EDCers.
Yeah, but that was all my camping gear.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Sorry.
I mean, they kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
But you're prepared for anything.
Yeah,
you had everything in that.
Yeah,
bag.
if we had to like ditch the RV or something, we could have slept in my tent and like,
we
would we could have camped out.
You had everything covered.
For at least we could have probably survived like maybe a day, just because I didn't really pack a lot of food.
Yeah,
because all our food was in the fridge and stuff. We had a fridge.
Yeah,
that's cool. So what is RV camping? You don't need a super ton of gear, but so with like tent camping, there you can have like what they call like a base camp thing, where you just you set up your tents and then you just kind of hang out there the whole time you're camping. And then there's backpacking, which is where you have all your gear in your pack, and then you're hiking to a destination, and you will set up camp and then go to sleep, and then maybe wake up and hike some more. So that's kind of what I want to really get into, is like really long backpacking trips.
Yeah.
But obviously you have to be able to like take off work and stuff like that, And there's a super long one called the Appalachian Trail. That my computer died, but I had some details pulled up on it. But it's basically like from Georgia to I think New York or something. It's like
God,
it's like across the whole thing, and it takes like 8 to 10 months or something to do the whole thing. If you do the whole thing at one shot.
I think you told me about this.
Yeah, I want to do it so bad, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to.
Yeah. When you retire?
Yeah, maybe when I retire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I'll have all my knives, all my gear. Speaking of knives, should we tell the story of my mono?
Let's do it. Okay, so finished up the third tour. Anything else interesting happen? I think that was the most fun because everybody just broke down that whole tour. The guys in Home Sweet Home are probably the coolest people ever. Them and A Brilliant Lie. I love A Brilliant Lie.
That's also the tour where Justyn freaking just learned an entire set of songs.
Oh yeah, for Surrender
by air drumming.
Yeah, Surrender. They were cool guys too.
Yeah.
The first time we saw them play, it was in Rochester, New York, and I was like, these guys are badass. I love them. So whenever they were like, yeah, our drummer's leaving, and I was like, I'll drum for you.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, can you handle it?
Please let me drum for you because your music is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, we broke down so hard with the guys in Home Sweet Home. We were jumping on stage with them, singing their songs. Remember that? Yeah. You were getting up there just dancing with them.
Yeah, man. And I wasn't even in a band, and they were still really cool with me.
Yep.
Like they all treated me like I was in the band with you guys.
Absolutely.
So that was really cool.
The photo we took, and you'll see it right here. The photo we took all together. You were gonna take it, and they were like, "No, Alex, get up here with us on the stage." Yeah, the last show.
Yeah. Oh my feels.
Yeah, they were awesome. That was a cool tour.
They're like, they even a few months later, because they're from, I think, Illinois, right?
They're from oh my God, Indiana. They're from
Indianapolis,
maybe. Yeah, I think
don't
so.
Remember.
Yeah,
but anyways, they did like a little baby tour through Texas, which is where we're from, and we just happened to be in Austin. Me and my wife did because we were just visiting some friends, like when their tour date was there, and so we just happened to catch their show. And then they're like, we dedicate this set to our bro Alex, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, and you know me, I hate that music. I've never been into that music. But,
pop punk.
But the way it's like, what do they call it?
Heavy pop.
It's called
punk core.
No, it's something core, but it's
popcore.
No, not popcore.
Popcorn.
Man, I don't remember, but it's like easy core. It's called easy core.
Oh, is it?
Because it's
finger popping each other's assholes?
It's like hardcore, but also a little smoother.
It's like
a little
happy
nicer.
hardcore.
Happy hardcore, yeah. And then you've got Sam playing the trumpet on stage too.
Yeah, that was freaking sick.
Man,
the whole thing was just.
I don't like that type of music, but the way that they did it,
I do. And I love them.
Man, by like 2 or 3 shows, and I was singing every word with them. I was like,
we all were, man. And like, except I had some parody lyrics that I did by accident.
We all were doing that.
Yeah. Because with live music, sometimes it's hard to hear like the exact words because it's so loud. you know? And
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, yeah. No, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say the one. Never mind.
Moving
on.
I don't remember which one it is, but man, and they were doing the same thing with us too. Like they would sing all of our songs, we would sing their songs.
Yeah.
We would just hang out all the damn time. That's when we actually did get to New Hampshire, and that was the weirdest place in the world.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah, it was like stepping in a time machine to like 2005.
In the and that band that played before us, God, they were terrible. But the thing that pissed all of us off the most was when Justyn from Surrenderson, he heard that there were $3 pitchers, and he was like, "What? Cool. Let me go to the bar." He goes to the bar, and he's like, "Hey, you guys have $3 pitchers of beer, right?" And they laughed at him, and they said, "No, not of beer, of water." And he goes,
"Oh yeah,"
and he goes, "I'm sorry, I have to pay for water?" And they were like, "Well, yeah." And I almost lost my shit. I was like, "Are you kidding? I have to pay for water?"
I remember.
You're telling me I have to pay for a basic human right?
I'm fucking thirsty.
Okay. New Hampshire law, they can charge you for water. They don't have to give it away for free. So if you're dying of thirst on the street, you're completely dehydrated, and you wander into just a random place in New Hampshire, they do not have to give you water. They can probably send you to the toilet and just let you drink out of that. But human rights do not exist in New Hampshire. That pissed me off.
Screw you, New Hampshire.
You suck so bad. That pissed me off. But
but you know what didn't suck about New Hampshire?
Huh?
All the trees.
The trees are beautiful.
It was fall when we went.
Yeah.
So we got to see some lovely colors.
Such shitty practices in such a beautiful place. But remember the
weird people, creepy people.
The band that went on before us.
I don't remember.
They're the ones that they opened up the show, and they were probably the worst band I'd ever seen live, ever.
Man, I'm having a hard time remembering the bad ones.
Yeah,
because I think I like zone them out.
I always remember the bad ones.
There was a lot of bad ones on that tour.
Yeah, but that one specifically, like they had that guy with like a a tap out shirt and like bedazzled jeans and a mullet. Come on stage. Yeah, remember they were like, the lead singer was like, "This guy used to be in our band. He ain't in it no more, but here he is. Come on stage." And he went on stage, and the song they played together, they stopped it 3 times because they kept messing up. He was like, "Come on, man, what you doing?"
Yeah.
They finally restarted it, and when they finally started actually playing it, it was worse than the 3 times that they had to stop playing it before because they kept messing up.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
That was the shittiest band ever.
Yeah. I was at the freaking merch table just Snapchatting the whole time, like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God. Yeah, that was intense. But so yeah, that pretty much sums up the 3rd tour. A lot of fun with those guys.
Yeah.
The 4th tour, which you came with us on, was the Tres Dias tour. And that was just 3 dates here in Texas. And we played 1 show.
Yeah.
Why do we only play 1 show, Alex?
Because I cut my hand.
No, you cut your hand open. You sliced your hand open.
And then I had to go to the ambulance or the emergency place.
Yep. And
yeah,
that was.
But hey, it was a good night.
That was a fun. That happened. We were. God, where did we play?
I blame Aaron though.
For getting you drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
he brought the handle. That's why.
No, I did. I did, but
okay. Then who's to blame?
He, told me to bust it out at 3 p.m. It might have been earlier than 3 p.m.
Maybe.
So me and him, you guys had to play, so you didn't really. I think you might have had like maybe 1 little trago, and then that's it, right? Because they'll drink a little bit, but they gotta stay professional.
Gotta stay pro.
They don't wanna be playing,
I'll never do that again. I did that 1 show and I was slammed and I couldn't play.
Where's my drums?
Where's my sticks?
Yeah, because you always break them. No, yeah. So me and him started drinking Jim Beam at about 3, and so by the time we get to your freaking show, I'm already hammered. I'm glad Aaron was there to help me with my roadie duties because I was like,
he also played manager on that tour.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff, which I was like, I don't do anything. I'm there for emotional support, and I'm like the resident party animal.
Yeah,
kind of. Because every time I go on tour with them, I feel like it's the ultimate vacation. So I just completely let loose. Like I don't have to drive.
Yep.
I don't have to work tomorrow. I don't, I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm just like having a good time. Yeah, living the dream or whatever. Right? But so yeah,
it's true.
So we get to the venue and I'm drinking, and then we even made some cool viral videos that blew up.
What you doing, baby?
Yeah. Oh, in the elevator.
Yeah.
I went through the lower elevator and I was doing like this little thing.
Dan is the man with the
That thing.
I still have it. I'll post it right here.
Oh yeah,
here it is.
We'll pause for it.
That part was funny, wasn't it?
You can see how drunk you are. Look at your eyes. Yeah. So and then fast forward a few hours, we found a place to park, which was Aaron's like grandma or something.
Oh yeah,
like Aunt Nubby.
I think it was his aunt's house. Yeah, she. We played in. Man, I don't remember where we played, but we drove. It was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get there to stay on her property in the RV because our next show was like the midway point, and it was like 2 a.m. and I'd been driving for most of the day, so finally got done.
Yep.
Cracked open one beer. I bought a whole thing of Coronas for everybody,
and then
and they only saved me one beer. Remember how pissed I was about that?
Yeah, I do remember.
I was like, I paid for this. You guys couldn't save me more than one beer. So I had one beer.
That wasn't my fault though.
I know. That's when Jeff started. He got done cooking.
Yeah.
So we're eating.
Well, wait. So, on the last tour, like my knife got a lot of use. I brought a camping knife that I always bring, right?
Oh, we were cutting everything with that shit.
Yeah, and it was getting a lot of use because it's a useful thing to have, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I bring it, right? But, you know, hindsight 2020, drunk sight 00 or whatever the fuck is really bad, okay? Because you shouldn't handle knives. No, fuck playing with knives. You shouldn't, like, look at knives if you're really drunk, okay?
Yeah, don't even look at them.
Don't do it, kids and adults, okay? Wait. I just told kids not to look at knives when they're drunk.
Yeah, kids, when you're inevitably slammed on Jim Beam, do not even look at knives.
Yeah, it's bad. But so we had it out because we were cooking burgers. So like, I think Jeff used it to cut tomatoes or something. I don't remember, but it was out. And this particular knife has it doesn't have like a lock on it. You know, you have to like fold it like this to close it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't remember what happened because I was like so drunk.
Oh, I do.
Well,
you want me to recollect it for you?
I just stabbed myself, right?
Basically, you were helping cut something. You were helping cut tomatoes or something. Because I know Jeff had already started the process because he's a dad and he likes to just get things rolling.
Yeah, he does all the setting up and breaking down.
So we'd already. Oh, it was seconds. You were going back for seconds because you had already finished one. I was on my first. And I was sitting there drinking a beer, eating my burger, I think we were watching Dumb and Dumber or something. And you were helping cut the rest for the seconds for you. And I think Aaron, he wanted more too. And all I heard you say was, ow, it's bad. And then you fell on top of me.
I remember that part.
Yeah.
I remember that I stabbed my hand somehow. Maybe trying to close it. I'm guessing I tried to close it like very like
yeah,
like like that, right?
Yeah,
because I stabbed it like this, you know. But I don't really remember doing it, but I remember like grabbing it, like because I was like, oh no, my intestines.
Because you said it was instant. You said it was like an instant thing.
Yeah, I felt it, and I was like, I knew. So like, I just instantly grabbed it to like keep my intestines from coming out my hand. And I fell down on top of you because you were like sitting down next to me.
Yeah.
And like I was like on you and I was like, it's bad.
I was like, what the hell is happening? And you go, oh no, it's bad. And I was like, what happened? And you said, it's bad. And I said, get up.
I was already going into shock. I think
I said, get up. And you stood up, and on your chest, you were naked at this time. You were only wearing your shorts.
I had shorts on.
You only had your shorts on, but you had nothing else on. So I looked at your chest, and there was a blood splatter, and I was like, oh no. So that's when I told you. I said, put your hand over the sink and show it to me. And you were like you were kind of stunned for a second. I was like, I need to see it because I need to know if we need to go to the hospital. And you didn't. I said, don't look at it. And you moved your hand, and I said, everybody back in the RV right now. We need to go to the emergency room.
Now.
We got to go right now. He slit his hand wide open.
Wide open.
It was horrible.
Yeah. It was pretty gruesome.
It was horrible.
It was pretty meaty.
Yeah, so that's when, man, Aaron, being another champ again, ripped his own shirt to make a tourniquet for you.
Yeah.
And we rushed you to the hospital. Me and Patrick went to go park the RV, and Jeff and Aaron took you inside, and you had your hand up. You had to keep it above your heart to keep the blood from flowing to it, right? And once you got inside the doors, this is all from what they told me.
Well, it was whenever I put the jacket on. I think I tried to put the jacket on, so and I put it down, to do that.
So once you did that, the blood started squirting out, basically.
Well, it was it wasn't really squirting because we had it stuff on it, but it started coming out, and it was it was too much for because I had a paper towel on it, and then also I think I had some kind of maybe part of the shirt or something. I don't remember.
It was that pink shirt he had.
Yeah, but so it just started coming out of the, it was too saturated, so it just started dripping, and it made a trail of blood into the into the emergency room,
which actually is how I found you. Which
is
how I knew.
The breadcrumbs?
I literally followed the blood crumbs. Episode title right there.
Blood and butter.
Follow the blood crumbs. So you were in there for a little bit, and that's when I tagged out with the guys because they wanted to come back and sleep.
Yeah.
So I walked inside, and I was looking around. I was like, how the hell am I gonna find him? And I look down and see a puddle of blood, and I'm like, and then I see another one. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna follow this thing.
Yeah, and it was also funny too because the little nurse lady was like, "Have you had any drugs or alcohol?" And I forgot what I said, but I think I was like, "I may be a little intoxicated" or something like that.
Yeah,
and they were laughing. Jeff was doing his face that he does.
Because Aaron and Jeff were still there with you while you were getting signed in. Right, she was just kind of going over everything. And that's when I got there, and man, it was so somber. I was like, man, we all felt bad for you. And then you were like, I might be a little intoxicated. And we all just busted out laughing. And then that's when I tagged them out. They went back to the RV, and that's when we went into the back, and we waited there for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh yeah, and they also gave me more drugs.
Oh yeah, they gave you hydrocodone and stuff. You were floating.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I didn't want you in pain, man.
I was on cloud 7.
And they they wrapped you to keep you from spilling everywhere.
Oh, those dicks. So, okay, I had this slice in my hand, right? And I guess they had to check to make sure that the tendon in my thumb wasn't cut.
Oh god.
So, this happened to me 3 times. And so they grabbed my thumb super hard, and they're like, "Wiggle your thumb," and I'm like, "I'd rather not."
I'd rather not.
It fucking hurts, man. And I was like, okay, so I wiggle it. They're like, okay, it's fine. And then the next guy comes and he's like, okay, let me see it. And I'm like, can you just talk to the other person because we just did this? And he just grabs it super hard. He's like, I need you to wiggle it. And I was like, but seriously, they can tell you that I did it.
No, seriously, talk to the other guy.
Yeah, he's like, I just need you to do it to make sure it's not severed. So I'm like, ow. He's like, okay. And then we get to the other person. Same thing. I'm like, seriously, just look at the chart. They didn't notate it that my fucking tendon's fine. It just shit hurts.
I didn't know about that.
Go down or not. Yeah, you were sitting right next to me with the one guy.
Oh yeah,
one of them. Yeah, you probably just forgot because it was a little thing. But to me, I was like, I don't want to wiggle my thumb. What do you?
Can't you just talk to the other guy?
Yeah, I get it's important, to figure it out. But at a certain point, you just gotta communicate better.
Yeah, and then they wrapped you there at the desk, and we were waiting in the back for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and that's when Natalie called me.
Oh yeah,
remember?
Mm-hmm. And Natalie, my wife, I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. You talk to her.
Yeah, and I was like, well, and you were floating pretty heavy too. So
I was like, don't freak out.
That's when I was like, hey, we're at the hospital. Let me go ahead and give you over to Alex real quick. She's like, oh my god, is he okay? I was like, yes. Let me
I'm fine, don't freak out.
Let me pass the phone to you real quick.
The first thing I said was, my tendon's not severed, I swear.
Yeah, don't wiggle my thumb. But you were like, dude, it sounded like you were hammered because you were like, but no, I'm okay, I'm fine.
It sounded like Matt McConaughey.
Yeah, that's what he sounded like.
I was like, babe, I'm all right.
And then they finally came to get us and take us into the back. But the whole time you were drenched in blood. Remember that?
Yeah.
Head to toe.
I still didn't have a shirt.
You had no.
I had a jean jacket draped over me like a freaking,
which was Jeff's,
like the Count of Monte Cristo or something.
And when they finally took us back there, they came to get us, and they were like, "Well, the normal ward or whatever was all taken up, so we have to take you to the pediatric center."
Yeah, and I was like, "Cause I'm short. That's fucked up."
Yeah, no. And we were walking back. There was like colors everywhere, and like over the intercom,
Yeah.
I swear I heard Goofy like like
it was so happy looking.
It was so,
which was maybe more scary.
And that bed was tiny too. When they put you in it,
It was a little bed, but I fit.
Yeah, you fit perfectly. Like the size of your body was the size of that bed, which is
I need a pediatric bed.
Yeah, and and they came in and they were joking with us the whole time.
Yeah.
But oh my god! It was,
also too, like 3 people complimented me. Okay, because my knife, I sharpen my own knives. So my knife was super sharp, like sharp enough to shave because I sharpened it myself.
Yeah.
And I got compliments on my knife because they looked at the wound and they're like, "Oh, your knife must have been really sharp. It's a very clean cut. Congratulations."
Yep.
You know? And I was like, "Thank you."
You made my day.
Yeah.
And that's when they started cleaning up your wound. Remember that?
First, they fucking injected the shit out of me.
Yeah, you're right. They did.
With some painkillers that hurt. It was local anesthetic or something.
And I told you, I said, don't look at it.
Yeah, I couldn't look at that because they injected it straight into my...
They spread it open. They spread it open, and then they like the inner wall, they shoved the needle in the inner wall. And you were like, oh, and we were holding hands, and you were squeezing the shit out of my hand. And they were, dude, like not even a care in the world. They're like, stab it here, stab it here. And the whole time we were both like, oh no. And then
yeah, it looked like you were gonna cry, dude.
I wanted to cry. I felt so bad.
Your
for
eyes
you.
were so red.
I hate shit like that. And but it worked so quick because you were like, you know what? I don't even feel it anymore. And I look over at it, and she has her finger inside of your wound doing this. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Dude, she's like scrubbing it. Like she has her finger inside of your hand, inside of it. And she's just like, just moving it like this.
I just remember, like, you're like, don't look at it. So I was just looking at your face, and I just felt so happy-go-lucky. And you're just like this.
I hate gore. I hate shit like that. And by the end of it, I was squeezing your hand way harder than you were ever squeezing.
Yeah, I think both of our hands were like freaking tired.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that now is a good time to see little, what's it called? Disclaimer. It's a little gory. Not too bad.
You want to show it?
Should we? Should we not?
Let's do it. Yeah, disclaimer.
Don't,
very gory.
Don't look if you hate gore, because it's like a freaking good slice. Okay?
It's horrendous.
So here's this picture.
That's disgusting.
And then here's like another angle. And then here's the first one zoomed in a little bit.
And here's the one that Jeff made, the smiley face.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
Because the way I took the picture.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
And he put the eyes.
Yeah, I forgot because I was drunk / codon high or whatever.
So there's your daily laugh, your gory laugh.
Yeah. And then they went ahead and gave me stitches. So here's after stitches.
And here it is now. Show them now.
Here it is now.
Show me your hand.
You can't even tell.
You can't even tell. But that was.
Can you tell?
No, I can't.
Is it focused already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
got a little smiley face right here.
So yeah, that's why we had to cancel the rest of that tour.
Yeah, but no, I told you guys not to though.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't feel comfortable with.
Then I hibernated the whole next day.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with you being out on the road with us with a wound like that because you were hurting. You were hurting bad the next day.
Yeah,
remember that?
I felt like I couldn't move my entire arm.
Yeah,
it was pretty rough.
And like the color had drained from you too. Like you looked bad, so that's why.
Even the unaffected fingers got like swelled up.
I remember that. Swelled. Yeah,
like my body.
But it was terrible. There would be. I wouldn't be able to play a show if I knew that you were still on tour with us with that kind of wound. So we had to get you home.
You guys lied to me too. You said that there was like some issue with the date.
I don't want to make you feel bad.
All right.
We didn't want to make you feel bad, but
tour ruiner.
But
because of my drunken stupor.
Most importantly, we wanted you to be okay because if I'm ever sick, if I'm ever hurt, there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than home. Nowhere in the world.
Word.
So, I mean, I hope that helped. But
I was home because I slept in my tent that night.
He did.
And that brought me comfort.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't even sleep because I couldn't put my hand anywhere that it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like if I did like this, like that, like that, like.
Did you ever go camping in that tent after?
No, I haven't yet because it's a 1-person tent, and I always go camping with Natalie. So
yeah,
we use a 4-person tent because we like the extra room.
Is that the one that you brought to the lake?
Yes.
We were all hanging out in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one I mostly use.
Yeah. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We, besides the tour thing, we even camped out at, forgot what lake it was. Like Bardwell, I think.
Yeah, like Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka.
Meningitis.
And you brought your tent, and we were hanging out in there. We were hanging out drinking in there.
Yeah, we were gonna sleep in there, but we're like, it's hot.
It was hot, man.
And the RV's right there, so
yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah, y'all came in. I think I almost stepped on Natalie too.
Oh, that's another story. When you freaking stepped on me when I was sleeping on the floor.
No, I didn't step on you. I fell flat on top of you like a tree being cut down. Yeah, falling on top of another tree.
No, you stepped like on my ankle, and then instead of like tripping and falling normal, you like fell like horizontally perfect. We made like an equal sign that converged on itself. And then you were like, oh my god, and I was like, ow.
Okay,
I was asleep, and I just woke up to like, my body.
That was on the third tour. It was like 3 a.m, and I had been driving for God knows. Oh, I was sick too. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I was all stuffed up everywhere, and we were almost to our Walmart, and we had stopped. We stopped because I had to pee because I was the one driving. And
then you traded off with Patty, I think.
Yeah, but where we were like in the middle of nowhere, so there weren't really any lights around. So
it was dark, and I was sleeping on the floor, which is like
right behind the driver's seat, basically.
Yeah.
And I get up to go pee, and everything is pitch black behind me, so I can't see anything. So I start walking. I take one step, and I don't know why. I must have been walking too fast, but the moment I hit you, I toppled over. And I landed flat on top.
You just start laughing, it's like, you dick. But then you're like, I'm sorry. You're like, as you're laughing, you're like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's okay.
Yeah. As soon as I landed on him, he goes, ugh. And I said, oh, dude, I am so sorry. And, and you go, it's okay.
Our bodies like collided. Like it was like thud, like a freaking thoraxes slammed together.
Oh my God. That was so funny. I needed that laugh because I'd been driving for like 8 hours. So, and I told Patrick all about it.
How funny it was, but
Patrick was rolling too. Afterwards, he's like, "Oh man, I wish I would have seen it." Oh, he goes, "Is that what that thud was?" And it was like that was my body falling full force into his.
I think he like called it too. Like before he just heard you laughing, and he's like, "Oh my god, did you just step on Alex?"
Yeah,
I think he like called it. I don't remember.
That was one of the funniest things that has ever happened to us.
I think I felt like how Patrick felt whenever somebody was shaking the RV. I was just like, no. And then, like, went back to sleep.
You did. You passed right back out after that.
Yeah. When you're tired, my man.
I thought I'd knocked you out. I could have sworn like I headbutted you. I don't know what happened.
No, I don't think you hit my face at all.
Okay, good.
I think the was like your body hitting my like stomach.
And the air forced out of your body.
Yeah,
Did you wake up when I kicked your foot or when I slammed on top of you?
I think with the foot.
But it was so quick, right?
Yeah, it was like both. Because like I didn't know what it was. Because I was asleep.
Yeah.
I was just like, I felt something and I was like,
What a hell of a way to wake up.
It was like this, huh? It was like on Metal Gear Solid. Whenever the guy you're about to snipe a guy, and then he hears you. So the little
dun-dun.
The dun-dun, the what's that called?
Exclamation point.
No, the other one, the question mark one. Oh, the question mark. Oh. So he gets a question mark and then gets shot instantly.
Okay.
So it was like, huh?
That was probably the funniest thing that's ever happened.
No, it wasn't.
It's so good.
I was there. I didn't think it was that funny.
I think. Well, yeah. So, yeah, that's tour in a nutshell. Did I miss anything? Eat,
drinking, fun.
Yeah. Thank God for Jeff and his culinary abilities because he He fed us every night on
his culinary abilities.
On that tour, he fed us with burgers.
I'm kind of mad at Jeff.
Why?
Well, it's actually not his fault because I haven't done anything about it either. But I haven't hung out with him in like a year.
It's been a while. That tour was a year ago. It was over a year ago.
Yeah.
It was last August.
I think I've seen him since then, like one time. We had like a lunch date.
Yeah. We were buying those fat ass Angus burgers too.
Oh yeah, they're so
awesome.
good.
It was 4 patties for $5. Like,
yeah.
That's a deal right there.
Like
So we would me and Alex slept in the same bed because we were the smallest.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for that too, because it was a king size bed. So even if I stretched my full body out to try and reach him, and he did the same thing, we still wouldn't reach each other. That's how big that bed was.
We're like in different rooms,
basically.
Almost.
And then I think Jeff slept in the bed with me one night, and then that's when you slept on the dash. Remember that?
Yeah, I can see paradise by the dashboard light.
Yep.
It's Meatloaf. Way back, deep cut.
So yeah, that's sleeping. We drank all damn day, and then played a show almost every night.
Mm-hmm. And I like ran merch and took some pictures.
All this tour talk, we didn't even talk about playing shows like at all.
Oh yeah, that was like not even part of the thing.
No, it was like to me it seemed like that was like the least important thing because of it was literally a vacation with your buddies.
Yeah. Also too though, being a spectator and who was also a musician, I just want to point out like how freaking professional you guys are.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because like it was especially apparent playing with all these different bands, you know, that who probably like should be the same caliber as you guys, but you know, just like little things which should just show. Like you know, by a few days I've listened to all the songs like over and over again. So like if like Jeff or Patty or you know or any of you guys would like mess up, I would know just because I knew how it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
But it was never ever apparent that it was a mess up. You know, if anything, it just sounded like the song was different.
Yeah.
You know, because like that's how good you guys are. And you know, like Jeff or Patty would just like smile at each other, like
yeah.
You know, and that's just like a mark of a professional band. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even a mess up. It's not a hiccup. Like anybody in the crowd wouldn't be able to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like the other band you were talking about,
yeah,
where they're just like they just start playing, and then they just stop and they're like, "The fuck, bro? That's not how it goes."
Oh my god!
And they try to make it witty banter, and the whole crowd is just cringing.
Yeah, yeah. We did our best to make sure that if we ever messed up, that it wasn't apparent to anybody.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were also having fun too, because God, you know, those days were all the same.
Yeah,
they all blended together. So. Anything different that would happen, especially like one of us messing up on stage, was a welcome addition to an otherwise normal plain kind of day, just in a different state. You know what I mean? So that's why we're always laughing at each other when it would happen. It's just fun, you know. It was very, even though it could technically be considered unprofessional, it was hilarious to us, and it helped those days go by. And by far the worst part of any tour is being away from family.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was the hardest part about it, and it's almost like a punishment that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, but at the same time, it's something that you love doing. It's a weird dichotomy, man. If I could see how it could be a lot easier, because there were some guys that we had toured with that were they didn't really have anybody at home, so it was like. This was their life, and they love doing this.
Yeah, because they can go bang the groupies and stuff.
They can just go out and literally just vacation with their friends and play music every night. And they were totally into it, and it's like awesome, man.
Yeah, it was like when I would tell people that I went on tour with you guys, they're like, "Oh, so you guys were like, oh, the groupie girls and all that stuff," you know?
I get that all the time. It's like, no, man,
like, no.
Like in the 80s.
I'm married. Jeff's married. Justin's married. Like, Patrick was like basically married.
Married, yeah.
You know? And I was like, no, we all would just go back to the RV and cry about how much we miss our wives.
And fall on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And perish.
Remember that night that you and Jeff were wrestling?
I do now. I forgot about it.
It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah. He just kept going, oh, man.
Oh,
like,
no.
Really do it. Yeah.
Let me have this one, please.
Yeah.
And you kept tapping him out. You tapped him out like 20 times. And then And when y'all were done, and he was like, he was drenched in sweat.
And I was trying to go to sleep.
And you came to the bed where I was laying down, and he's like, I'm not done with you.
Yeah, and he jumps in the bed and starts.
And he starts wrestling with you. And then disclaimer also, Jeff has 4 kids. And he grabbed you, and then he reaches over and he goes, I'm going to get you too. And he grabbed me. And I put his arm in like some sort of weird lock, and he goes, watch, I'm gonna pull out. And I said, bitch, you have no idea how to pull out.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that, but it was like so off the cuff, like perfect.
And we wrestled all night basically. When I was trying to sleep, I wanted to sleep.
I was like, Jeff, it's over.
Yeah,
he's like, no, let me have this one, please. And then we're like, okay, he's done. He'd walk away, and you're just like, do. And he would jump in the bed and grab us like,
freaking weirdo, man.
That was like, great. I try to tell people, man, if you don't know jujitsu against somebody who does know jujitsu, you're basically a baby.
Yeah. It was that time that you grabbed his legs and the back of his neck, and you squished them together, and you picked him up, and he's like, oh no.
It's called a cradle.
And he's like 172, you know? So
yeah,
it's like,
he's bigger than me.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
I think at that time I was probably like 130.
That was so funny. That was a good time. But so that's tour life, camping on an RV. That's what that's like. If you bring your buddies along with you,
it's really awesome and fun.
Yeah.
And I would say too, the one thing I kind of didn't really touch on was cabin camping.
Yeah.
So me and Natalie and I guess on my dad's side, family, and like my brother went a couple times. My uncle used to have this kind of like a timeshare thing through his work in Colorado. So every year we would go to this same like cabin area, and that's like really cool. It's really a good entry point for people who maybe they want to try out camping but they don't know. You're still sleeping like in basically a house. It's a cabin. You got a door you can lock. There's like a cot, like a bed, like a prison bed kind of, And we would just take either our blankets and stuff or a sleeping bag, just put it on the bed, and you can still plug in we had like this propane grill we put outside, and then we had like a hot plate we could plug in, and so like same thing. You're just out in nature and you get to enjoy, some of the scenery that the country has to offer. Which like, we kind of forget about. People talk about it, but until you're actually there and you're like look around and you smell like how fresh the air is, you just see all the trees and the mountain air. Like it's really amazing, So I recommend everybody do it. We don't have that thing anymore. So, because my uncle retired already.
Oh yeah.
So, but I would love to go back. Maybe just find a place to rent a cabin, get a couple people together, and so you can go hiking, go fishing. Depending on where you go. Over there, that place they had horses, and you can take a horse up a mountain.
Whoa, really?
Like through this, like 3-hour trail, and it's really awesome. But it was scary because there was bears there. I had my piece on me.
Always gotta have it.
I don't know if it'd help though.
Get him between the eyes. It will.
Yeah.
Well, we should definitely. I would love to go sometime.
I just thought of something because so my drunken stab myself in the hand story. So I had enough common sense to lock away my gun and everything.
Oh,
and, like, take all the bullets out and put it completely away. Like once we started drinking. Just saying, like,
Can you cut those tomatoes? I don't have my knife with me, but I've got my gun.
Yeah, I'll shoot it.
I'll shoot the tomato.
How else do you
slices.
make marinara?
It's true. Yeah. You got anything else to add to camping? Just in general, I guess.
I had stuff, but I don't know. And I think we've gone a good amount of time too. So
okay.
I kind of like tossed in what I wanted to say in there. So
okay.
I think it was a good amalgamation of our both.
Yep.
Interesantes.
First time in history we've ever done this. First time in history we've had episode 7.
Oh shit.
Big episode 7.
We're going to celebrate?
We should. We should celebrate at 10.
Okay.
For our 10 subscribers.
What are we going to do? Oh no, we have more than 10 subscribers, man. I'm actually impressed at how quickly our growth is.
Yep.
It's not big, but it's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. We have what did I send you? I sent you one of our stats. Hold on.
Oh, was it the
it was ISIS. ISIS is listening to.
Oh yeah.
Where is it?
It's racist.
Let me find it real quick.
You can't say that word a third time because it's like Beetlejuice.
They'll come and get you. Let's see. We have listeners, and naturally, it's mostly here. But we had some new listeners, one in Germany.
Cool.
We had one in I believe it was Dubai, maybe. And then, ready for this? One in Russia. They're trying to hack us.
Dude,
they're coming
scary,
for us,
man.
yeah. So, shout out to all these listeners in Germany, Russia, Dubai, Portugal. We got some Portugal.
You know, those 3 places, if you put them in the same sentence, it sounds more scary.
Yep. It does. The axis of evil. I'm just kidding. Germany is a beautiful place. Mm-hmm. Leader of the free world right now. Jeez.
Yeah, they're cool now.
Yeah. They're cool now. So, yeah, I mean, that was all that I had.
Deutschland.
Tour life, camping, how they are essentially the same thing. It's camping in different states, but you also get to play a show every night.
Yeah, for thousands of eager listeners.
I wish. I wish. I know it's kind of a. This is my thread that binds the two. I know it's kind of a cop out, but it's you and I. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you were there with us the whole time.
Yeah.
We were camping. We were actually doing it. And I guess if I want to go a little deeper into it, so people won't think it's a cop out. Again, you're a stranger in a strange land. That's camping. Stranger in a strange land.
That's a good way to put it.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Surviving. You gotta do your best to survive, because on tour, again, you'll forget to eat, or or you're just surviving on.
You just got to keep up. You got to be pliable.
Surviving on ramen noodles and Coronas, it's like you gotta stay alive.
And microwaved eggs.
Microwaved eggs. Sometimes I miss them, but then I realize that.
No, I don't.
That I live in a civilized society now.
Yeah.
Not on tour.
And I have a stove.
Did you have any sort of thread that binds that I missed?
No. I think you got it. I think you did a good job.
So there it is.
RVs are the thread that bind.
Yeah.
Fine.
RVs are fun, man. Go rent one.
Go buy one.
Go buy one, yeah.
Give us money so we can buy one.
So this week, we got no new voicemails again. I think people are still pissed off at us because we...
Come on, guys.
Yeah. I want to hear from Quicksand Graves. Let's see if we can get him to call. Quicksand Graves, this is a shout out to you to call back in.
What about Milkman Danny? I know you keep texting me stuff that we're missing.
No.
Millennial references.
Milkman Danny, if you want to tell us what we're missing, call us in. Call in to us.
Yeah, you could be our
fact checker, a millennial fact checker.
Yeah, or man, what's a segment where there's like a doctor who talks about stuff in talk shows? Maybe like Dr. Phil coming on Oprah or something. I don't know. Never mind.
Milkman Danny, call us. You can be our millennial pundit. That's what you can be. But you got to call in. You got to call in. You got to leave us an email. If you want to leave us a voicemail, it is 682-422-9458. Or you can email us at idiotsyncraticpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and don't forget to like, subscribe,
and follow us.
Notification thing. Oh, share with your friends. Not only share on the Facebook and the Instagrams and all that stuff, but with your mouth.
Share with your mouth, yeah.
Give people mouth shares.
We use our mouths to share information with you. So now it's time to use your mouth to share our information from our mouths.
Tell your grandma about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then see how those conversations go after that.
If you can, drop us a rate and a review, and it'll help us be seen by more people on iTunes.
Yeah. So if you like what we do, give us 5 stars. Leave it. You can put whatever the hell you want to in that comment section.
And if you don't like us, leave us 5 stars and just give us a fuck you.
Yeah, do that.
As a review.
Yeah. Milkman, Danny, please. Quicksand Graves. We need all you guys. We need all of our peeps. we need
our idiot army.
Yeah, we need the goon squad on this. Oh, actually, I had I had a name for them. I think it was like the Axis of Idiots.
That sounds evil.
I know. Well, there are enemies. We got Milkman Danny. We got Quicksand Graves. Boone McCaw.
But Milkman Danny is actually a friend of the show. He just talks shit a lot.
But that's okay.
And because we make fun of him, that's why he talks shit. Probably.
Well, yeah. I mean, but Milkman Danny, do you want to be part of the Axis of Idiots?
Or do you want to be
just a friend
on the circle of friends?
You name it.
Yeah, you decide.
You got to leave us a voicemail to tell us. Tell us how wrong we are. So, yeah, again, this is a fun thing that we're doing. So, but we want to hear from you. Join the conversation. Tell us what you think. Tell us if we're wrong. Just give your opinion. I want to hear your insight on some of the stuff that we had to say.
Yeah, or if you want us to chime in on any of the stuff going on in the world, let us know about it, and we'll look into it and maybe talk about it.
If it's interesting enough, I will get lost in a rabbit hole. I will bring that shit in.
Yeah, give our idiot take on it.
Yeah. So that was all I had, my man. You got anything else to add?
Nope. I just want to say, have a good week, everybody.
There you go. Big episode 7. We did it, baby.
Bam.
Bam.
Hey, don't stop striving to be awesome.
That's a good way to end that off.
Thanks.
And stop sucking.
That was a kiss.